I love telling stories with my photos.
Let's step up our game a bit and use those things we quit and laugh and smile and say we're lucky to be.
The first time I realized that it was actually wedding photography I wanted to do was I went to a course with one of the top portrait photographers in the United States, and one girl was like completely passionate about what she was doing, and she really felt like she had found her thing with portrait photography. And in that moment I just felt like, wow, I want to find that same feeling that she had about that she found exactly what she wanted to do. That's what I wanted to find, and I felt like I was on the right path with photography, but I didn't really feel like I'd found exactly what I wanted to do. And when I found wedding photography, that's like the exact same feeling that she had was what I got. So then I was really like, yes, I get it. This is what I want to do. I think that it's really important to find a photographer that has a consistent style and look in their portfolio. Finding somebody that you connect with on a personal level, looking past all the fancy equipment and all the other things, and really finding somebody that you can relate to. I think firstly because I'm a Swedish wedding photographer, and that somehow influences my images, because I guess I have a Scandinavian style to photography, so I like the minimalistic, I like the white and the airy and the light images. I love documenting things, so documenting real, raw, natural things, rather than kind of doing this stiff, lined up kind of posing. I love to just capture something the way it is. So, for example, on your wedding, you let your story happen as it happens, and I'm there to capture all those moments that you go through. You may have sold your dress, your suntan from your honeymoon has faded, you don't have any of the party things that you invested in for your actual wedding day, the love, the rings, and the photographs that are left. And that's why photos are so important, and that's why the right photos for you are so important. You want to go back and look at your day. It's nice to just be able to go back and read it like a good storybook, from your wedding album, so that it's chronological, it makes sense, and you really remember those special moments. It's important to involve your photographer as early as possible, because you don't actually think about it, but the photographer can help you a lot with the timeline of your wedding day. So, for example, if you want great photographs, you've got to have great light. And great light is usually the hour before sunset. So in order to get access that great light and do your maybe portrait photos in that great light, it's important to plan ahead so that you can actually make sure that you have that time set aside for portrait photos. It's absolutely hands down the portrait session that a couple chooses to have before the ceremony. It's called the first look, because it's such a special moment. It's like the atmosphere, like you can almost touch it, because like there's so much feelings in the room, and just the two of them together in that special moment. Like everything's been leading up to that point. They haven't seen each other the whole day. Such an intimate moment for the two of them. So to be invited in to their little circle is really, really special. So that's the moment I absolutely love. Like you get the person looking good, like you get the background looking amazing, you get the composition right, you get it sharp, and you get a nice creamy skin tones, nice effect in the background, you know, all that. I love that. Love. Every couple is so different and has their own sense of style, has their own theme to their wedding, and adds their own personal touches, and every couple has their own story. That's what makes it interesting for me as a photographer as well, to really kind of draw that story out of each and every couple. Just putting all those elements into one, I think, makes for a really interesting profession and a really interesting way to create things. My handsome man, my family, the way that my parents raised me, my love for living a healthy lifestyle with lots of organic foods if I can afford it, trying to have an organic farm in my balcony, which I actually haven't started yet. Love for singer-songwriters and weird bands like The Format, Temper Trap, Edward and the Magnetic Zeros. I Google everything and I'm crazy about details.
Let's step up our game a bit and use those things we grit and laugh and smile and say we're lucky to be alive. It's time to start to do those things.
Portfolio of images for you, and I think that's what I think. Okay, feelings that like the atmosphere is and you really just kind of need to get into it. Cut. You know, the interviewer is supposed
Are you not interested?
I thought you asked me a question.
I'm just leaving. This is so boring.
You just asked me a question and I don't understand. Oh.